Knowledge really is power when it comes to making great decisions for your business. So, in this lesson, we're going to look at awareness. We're going to look at awareness and understanding around cash flow because cash really is king, especially during a crisis. We'll look at understanding your business numbers. So, what are the drivers that move your business forward? Understand the crisis in the market itself. And then finally, understand people. Every business at its heart is a human to human business. So we need to understand the impact that a crisis has on people to make good decisions. First of all, let's look at cash flow. Now, cash flow is a very unsexy and underused tool in business, but it's an absolutely essential tool in business, especially during a crisis. It allows you to look forward and see your cash levels, to see where, in times of stress, your cash levels are low or where you need extra funding. And it also gives you an ability to make great decisions. You can look at your expenses and try to figure out how you can reduce them. You can look at your income and figure out how can you increase the flow. So for example, you could look at trying to bring debtors forward, collect cash faster. So a cash flow really allows you to be adaptable, to be flexible and make good decisions. But how do you do it? Well, frankly, you use a spreadsheet. If you don't have one, I have included a simple cash flow with all the instructions you'll need on the notes for the course. So please feel free, go in, download it, and use it because the essential bit here is that you actually use it. And during a cash flow, as you'll see on the screen, um, during a crisis, it's important to really focus on immediate cash. So I would recommend for the first 30 days looking at a daily cash flow and then moving into a weekly cash flow for a period of say 3 months before going into monthly after that. And it gives you a much better handle on where your stress points are. And the reality of a cash flow is that because you're looking forward, it's guesswork. And the further forward you look, the bigger the guess is, the greater the uncertainty about the actual numbers themselves. So when you're putting numbers into your cash flow, it's important to have them as realistic as possible. It's tempting to put an optimistic view or a pessimistic view in there. It's crucial that your first cash flow is as realistic as possible and include absolutely everything in it. And then once you've got your first realistic view, you can absolutely take a copy and then run scenarios off the back of it, asking your business valuable what if questions. In fact, I've got a lesson entirely devoted to running scenarios later. So we'll go into that in greater detail later on. But above all, with a cash flow, the whole point behind it is to give you knowledge, to inform you, and allow you to take action. There's no point in looking at a cash flow and seeing that you're going to run out of cash in 3 months' time and wait for 3 months before you do something about it. Do things now, take action now. That is the whole point of having valuable information like this on your cash levels. Okay, let's jump into business numbers. And what do we mean by that? Why is it important to understand numbers? Well, the numbers we are talking about are the drivers behind your business, the things that actually move your business forward and help it grow. They drive your sales and they drive your costs. So when you understand what's moving them, you can then take better decisions and help to either grow your sales, improve your sales, or manage and reduce your costs, especially during a crisis. What do we mean by that? Well, here's some examples. So you can have product margins, number of lead sales calls, cost of acquiring customers. If, for example, and I'll pick on the cost of acquiring a customer and understanding that, if you know that it costs £25 to acquire a customer, to get a sale, then if your sale price is £100 or £200, then that's good, because for every £25 you spend, you get 100 or £200. That's a good return. But if you get £20 and it's costing as a sale and it's costing you £25 to get it, then you're making a loss for every sale. And remember that horse and cart analogy? In there, your wheels would be very square and your business will sink if you're in that position. In fact, you probably don't even have any wheels on the cart at that point. So it's really, really important to know the numbers, the drivers that are driving your business. Every business is different. So every business is going to have different drivers. It might be the number of telephone calls you make. It might be the number of sales calls, network meetings that you go to. Every business is different, and it's really, really important to understand what yours are so that you can make good decisions and seek to improve the performance of your business. Let's hop on to understanding the crisis itself and the market. During a crisis, it's really important to understand the thing itself. So you've got to understand the crisis and how it might impact on you and your business and your employees. How long is it going to last potentially? How far reaching is it going to be? So it's crucial to understand the thing, the crisis, to make better decisions, as well as looking for additional funding support, particularly if your cash levels are going down, because by this point, of course, you'll have done your cash flow and you'll understand where the pinch points are, where the stresses are. So for funding support, is it in areas like government schemes, which during the coronavirus crisis, fortunately, the government is stepping in and helping out businesses significantly? Is it through banks and looking at overdraft facilities or loans? Or is it seeking out alternative options? Like if you have got investors, asking the investors if they can put more capital into your business. And it's important to look at what options you have through your business support network itself. Everyone in a crisis suffers. So other like businesses and even businesses that are nothing like yours will be suffering, and they'll be impacted in the same way. So talking to them and finding out what they're doing, what approaches they're taking, can help you understand how you can take the good advice and apply it to your business as well. And in a crisis, it's important to understand the market that you're in. So what type of response is the market taking to it? So every industry, every type of market is going to react in a different way. During this crisis, some industries are flourishing while others are really, really struggling. So, for example, the airline industry is struggling massively. And in fact, some have already folded. Whereas other industries, supermarkets, are doing a roaring trade, um, as are certain virtual businesses. It's important to understand the risks in your market from whatever crisis that's impacting it, and opportunities. Um, Opportunities will actually do the next lesson entirely on how to look at opportunities in your market for your business. It's important to understand the relationships and how they can help you and understand your competitors and how they're responding. And frankly, what can you do for your customers, for your suppliers, for your staff that's better than them? Or look at them and see what they're doing and say, that's a great idea, and apply that to your business as well. But it's really important to understand all of these areas so that you can make better decisions for your business and apply any learnings that you see from other businesses, put that into your business as well. Let's look at people, because in a crisis, people are impacted. And what do I mean by people? I mean your customers, I mean your staff and your suppliers. They are all going to be thinking things and feeling things, and because of that, they're going to be taking particular actions which will impact your business. It's really crucial that you understand their perspective so that you can make better decisions to help them and add value to them, and also to minimize the risk for your business associated with them. So, from a customer perspective, what are their desires during a crisis? What are their needs? What do they want? Is it just a little bit more communication? Is it different products, a different approach? Your suppliers? Is there something that you can do to help your suppliers? Because in a time of stress, in a time of crisis, when you look after your people chain, your customers, your suppliers, and especially your staff, the ones who actually help run your business, operate your business, and allow you to sell and allow you to buy goods in, when you look at how you can help them and give the most value to them, it means that one, you're going to be a stronger business at the end of it, but two, they will want to reciprocate and help your business to survive the crisis and to grow during the recovery. So, what can you do to change your results for your business? First of all, I want you to go, if you don't have one already, download the cash flow. If you do have one, dust it off and then do it with your most realistic view. I want you to get a piece of paper, sit down and write down all the metrics, the drivers for your business. And then I want you to figure out, because whatever gets measured can get improved. And then work out what actions you can take to improve each of those drivers. And lastly, I want you to get a bit of paper, sit down and think. Think about the crisis and the market and the people that are involved in your business. And what can you do as a business to understand them? And what can you do to help? Now, go think.